Uncover the truth behind wealth. How important luck is, Noble Economics lectures and research will reveal the mystery for you. 1,000 villains have lived their lives for 40 years to explore the decisive roles of talent and luck. 1,000 simulated characters have lived their lives for 40 years to explore the decisive roles of talent and luck. In this model, the researchers created a 201 by 201 square in which 1,000 villains were randomly distributed, representing various individuals in society. Each villain initially owned $10 and had a default talent value, which is arranged according to a normal distribution. Next, the researchers randomly sprinkled 500 dots in the square, among which the green dots represent good things, and the red dots represent bad things. When the green dots coincide with a simulated character, it means that good things will come, and the wealth of the simulated character may double. The chance of times is proportional to the talent of the M-simulated character. On the contrary, when the red dot coincides with an N-simulated character, it means that bad things happen, and his wealth will have a certain probability of being had, and this probability is inversely proportional to his talent. The higher its talent, the less likely its wealth will be had. The model also included a timeline during the running process. The researchers repeatedly sprinkled points 80 times each, representing 6 months. For a total of 40 years, simulate a person's entire career from entering the society at the age of 20 to retiring at the age of 60. In this simulation experiment, good things and bad things account for 50% each. There are 1,000 people in total. Each person has 10 yuan in their hands at the beginning. After 80 rounds of 500 events, the results show that only 4 people have more than 500 yuan in assets, money. Among 1,000 people, the 20 people with the most assets own 44% of all assets, and about half of them have less than 10 yuan in assets. This distribution is very similar to the wealth distribution in real society. The richest person has 2,560 yuan in his hands, and his talent value ranks 496th among 1,000 people, which belongs to ordinary people. However, the wealth in the hands of the person with the highest talent is only 0.625 yuan. The poorest person has only 0.006 yuan in his hands at the age of 60, and his talent value ranks 80th among 1,000 people, but he is the poorest person. The results of this simulation show that luck is far more important than talent. However, this model is only a simplified representation under certain conditions. We cannot fully apply this result to real life. Wealth changes in life are often addition and subtraction, rather than multiplication by 2 or division by 2. This model can only tell us that luck is more important than talent in the face of wealth opportunities distributed in time and space. Another important fact is that the wealth distribution of the crowd inevitably presents a density distribution. Most people are poor. That is, a few people are very rich. This is a natural wall. This study also made different settings for the proportion of good things and bad things, including 80% of good things, 20% of bad things, and 80% of bad things and 20% of good things. The research results show that when 80% of the things are good things, the higher the talent, people with more wealth have a greater chance of attaining more wealth, which is closer to the result we expect. And it also makes people feel fairer.
公平，公平，还是他妈的公平。
On the contrary, when bad things account for 80%, the relationship between the level of talent and the amount of wealth gained is very weak. Almost everything is determined by luck. In the case of 80% bad things, the wealth gap between the richest and the poorest is greatly reduced. On the surface, it seems to be a more equal society, but in fact, in the case of 80% bad things at that time, only 87 people out of 1,000 experienced more money in their hands than they had spent in their lives. This study reflects different types of societies. Tall people are relatively more likely to achieve great success. But this great success can also lead to a huge gap between the rich and the poor. And in a chaotic and risky society, a person's talent level has little to do with his success, although the gap between rich and poor in such a society is small. But poverty is common.